Hey guys, welcome back to your 7th Java tutorial, I believe it is. And like I said last time, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do nested if statements. I understand this tutorial can be very confusing because you're essentially collapsing many things on top of each other. But if you actually go back and rewatch it a few times if you need to, I promise you'll eventually get it. And I mean, there's always the comment box or my PM box on the forums that you can ask questions if you don't fully understand. So that being said, let's get into it. Again, I'm just going to put a variable called age, and I'll set him to 45 years old. Okay, so my initial condition is going to be if age is, let's go, greater than 20. No, 18. Yeah, that sounds good. Actually, I'll do greater than or equal to 18. And here I'm going to type system.out.print. Let's do you are how do you spell it? An adult? Yeah. Because at least in America, when you're 18, you're considered an adult. So that's going to be our first condition. And I'll set up a next one, else. We're not going to have an else if, at least in the main set of if statements, because we're going to have everything collapsed into the first condition. I'll do else if invalid age. Okay, so in our first condition we have it set to if age is greater than or equal to 18, then he's going to say you're an adult. But if we hit enter a couple times and we type if again down here, this is where we begin our nested if statement. And a nested if statement is essentially multiple if and else if statements within an if statement. And it can be kind of mind-boggling at first, but you'll understand it eventually. So if age is greater than or equal to 18, it's going to print out you're an adult. But if the first condition is true, it's going to drop down, do all this, and then within that first condition, if it's true, it's also going to check this condition. So if age is, let's do less than or equal to 29, and age is greater than or equal to 20, then also a little organizational tip. If you're only going to do one line of code for an if statement or a loop, which we're not doing loops yet, but we will eventually, you don't really need these braces. You can just do it like that if it's just one line of code. But yeah, it's just something to keep in mind. So you don't have braces flying all over the place that aren't necessary. So if this second condition is true, if he's less than or equal to 29 and greater than and or equal to 20, then it's going to say actually, hold on, I'm going to take this out because that'll execute that first and then it'll mess the whole thing up. So I'm going to say you are in your 20s. Okay. Now, if I do this again and do else if age is less than or equal to 39 and age is greater than or equal to 30, then print out on the screen you are in your 30s. So I kind of hope you're getting the gist of this already. So if this condition is true, it's automatically going to run everything in here, which means it's going to run another condition check. So yeah, you'll see. and then we'll finally just have an else statement and have it print out you are really old. Okay, and then the else statement down here. Currently, age is set to 45, so it should print out you are really old, which it does down here. Let's set it to 32. Run it again, and it says you're in your 30s. One more time, setting it to, let's do 25. You are in your 20s. So again, I hope you understand how this is running and executing the code that's within this program right now. And essentially you can do this forever and ever and ever, just putting if statements within else ifs, and just keep going down and down. I really don't recommend doing this, and I'll show you why. There's a lot simpler way in a different tutorial, probably the next one. Just because it gets so confusing once you start getting a lot of if and else if statements within other condition and stuff like that. It just gets way too much for your brain to handle. But that is the gist of a nested if statement. I hope you understand that. Again, if you don't and you can't grasp the idea, message me on the forums or comment in the box below. I'll be happy to answer any questions. So that being said, I'll see you guys in my next tutorial. Peace.